trying to push out the narrative and push out the story that he thinks is the most advantageous for him, and he thinks that's the economy now. But, of course, we did briefly talk about Elon Musk, and the headline is he says he has no plans to talk to him right now.
In other words, Trump definitely doesn't care about Elon, and he's going to go on every single news outlet he can find just to let you know just how much he doesn't care. A point that John Berman obviously picked up on.
Yeah, just to reiterate, again, because the story overnight has been a whole slew of people working to tone things down and to de-escalate. And he's telling you, I don't want to talk to him right now. And then he also threw that elbow saying that, the poor guy's got a problem. So, if Elon Musk is waking up this morning, he might read that, I imagine, as a new insult.
He might. He also said, I won't be speaking to him for a while, I guess, but I wish him well. He wasn't exercised. He didn't sound angry. He sounded, I guess, more resigned to where their relationship is right now. But he obviously is very well aware of the impact that this is having. And that's why I found it interesting that even though he seemed to try to put a stop to any speculation or, as you were saying, the entreaties from so many people for the two of them to make up, he was still trying to kind of shape the narrative about what is coming out of the White House. It's not an easy thing to do right now because literally the entire world is focused on this remarkable feud between the president of the United States and Elon Musk.
This is the presidential equivalent of Donald Trump sitting at a bar with his friends and his ex walks in and he's like, quick, make it look like we're having a really great time. Laugh really loudly at all my jokes. I don't care that my ex is here, but at the same time, I want them to know how cool I am. Look, I'm not here to tell Donald Trump how to grieve his breakup, but I do think it's worth letting him know that he's not exactly being subtle about it. And of course, the Republican Party itself is in tatters as their daddies continue to fight. You've got Alex Jones responding to Elon saying that Trump is in the Epstein files, writing, Trump needs to respond to this ASAP. I noticed he didn't take questions at his public meeting today. And then Cat Turd 2 responds to Jones, writing, what a POS Alex Jones turned out to be. What a fucking fraud. He's literally implying here that Trump is a pedo. He's been silent all day while Trump has been viciously attacked with lies. I used to respect Alex Jones, but now he's just a piece of shit fraud. What a fucking sellout. You've got Tim Pool posting Elon 2028, and then there are those who frankly are just really sad about the way things have fallen apart.
I thought you were supposed to have a conversation yesterday with Elon. Did that happen, or was it just text?
Well, we exchanged text messages yesterday. I spoke with him at length on Monday, and that's why the kind of the blow up that happened this week was very surprising, disappointing to me. We had a very friendly conversation. I really like Elon. He's a friend. I've come to truly respect his acumen. The Doge effort was heroic, patriotic, helped us find a lot of savings and abuses that Congress was not able to uncover previously. So huge contributions. And look, we can have policy differences. We have that here in this building, every day, but it's not personal. It shouldn't be personal. I don't tell my friend Elon I don't argue with him about how to build rockets, and I wish he wouldn't argue with me about how to craft legislation and pass it. But we've had some good discussion. I thought it was helpful, fruitful, but it's just disappointing. I hope it all resolves today. Look, these are two titans. I respect them both. I'm of course a huge fan and supporter of President Trump. I was with him in the Oval Office yesterday afternoon when some of this was unfolding, and he was disappointed. I was disappointed. I just hope it resolves quickly for the sake of the country.
And look, I get it. These Republicans are so dependent on Daddy Trump that they can't even go pee without his blessing. But they're also dependent on Elon and his money, and they can't reconcile the fact that their gravy train may very well have left the station. And that's got to be difficult for these definitely alpha males who just so happen to desperately need both of their daddies right about now. And look, we can do a deep dive into the implications here, and I have, and I will, but sometimes it's just entertaining to watch the most predictable outcome on Earth take place between the most thin-skinned narcissists ever born. No one didn't see this coming, and yet even still, it managed to be just as enjoyable as we'd anticipated as both guys pound their fists and stomp their feet in an effort to protect their Fabergé egg egos. And yet, all the while, something tells me that there's still some room to go down from here. Before you go, if you enjoyed this content and you want to see more and support independent media, please subscribe to this channel. The subscribe button will be right here on the screen. But second, the reality is that we are now in a political environment where this administration can lean on any of the social media platforms to suppress certain voices if they don't like critical coverage. That means my longevity here is in the hands of a few tech billionaires who are already making it clear that they are willing to cater to this administration. To that end, signing up for my newsletter is a way for me to reach you directly if that ever becomes necessary. I'll put the link right here on the screen as well, so please sign up. It's free, but there's also an option to do a paid subscription if you'd like to support me and my team. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching.